again. Welcome back, Wrestle Heads fan community all around the world in the United States. We're going to get you updated on this past week of action in pro wrestling. I'm Chuck Jones.
I'm Mark Scott.
And I'm Randy Dixon.
We're going to start the show off on a little bit of a sad note. Professional wrestling lost one of its biggest and oldest stars and promoters in Vern Gagne. He passed away this past week.
Father of the AWA.
One stubborn old bastard.
Yeah, AWA, he founded. He was a great wrestler in his own right. And, he founded one of the best professional wrestling companies in history with AWA.
A lot of stars came from there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So condolences go out to his family and
Greg.
And his son Greg. And
Jumping Jim Bronzell. Huh?
yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
There were a lot of wrestlers. There were a lot of wrestlers in the AWA.
Hogan.
Man.
Yeah.
Hogan, Andre, Scott Hall.
Big Scott.
Man, yeah, big Scott Hall. Rick Martel, Larry Zbyszko.
Bischoff was over there.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that came
Crusher.
from his promotion.
Larry
time.
the Axe Henning. You know what I mean? We can keep going.
It's a good thing that he's gone, because I remember a couple years ago he killed another elderly person in the little rest home he was staying in. So Lord knows he probably needed to go.
Well, the thing is, one thing that I'm going to remember about Vern Gagne is, like I said earlier, R.I.P. to him, but a stubborn old bastard that just couldn't understand that his son Greg had the mindset for the business, and maybe they wouldn't have been out of business in the 80s, because I can say this, in the early 80s, there wasn't nobody that had the talent roster that the AWA had, and that's a fact.
See, what you call that's foresight. The boy had the foresight to see that times was changing. Yeah. He sat there seeing that what Vince McMahon was doing, like, okay, man, we need to do something like this to survive. And the old man was like, no, it's territories. Oh, you know how they talked that shit back then.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the territories.
Got the boys together, thought they were going to stop them.
And we can stop them here. Yeah. And then you remember they told that story, they tried to put out a
good old super class
Vince's life.
Good old super class 3, and then they never got paid for it because Vern took the money and ran. I'm just saying, these are facts. These are not just us making it up.
It's a sad thing, but, R.I.P. old man,
He's still, through it all, the controversy, he has his spot in professional wrestling history, for sure.
Big time Hall of Famer. Okay.
Getting on with this week's past television events, starting off on Monday Night Raw, one of the main things that we were able to take from the show was they're starting to elevate, or I should say Roman Reigns is more or less starting to really pick up steam again. And they added him to the main event at Payback, which in my opinion should have been the main event at Extreme Rules, but that's neither here nor there. The New Day came out, and they still look decent, tag team champions or whatnot. Now, you have a theory about that, right? And why they got the belts in the first place.
I'm just saying, watch out, New Day fans, or people that love to hate to say New Day sucks and all that other stuff, because they may just have the belts just to hold it for the Lucha Dragons. They may just be placeholders for the Lucha Dragons, and I can strongly see that happening, because Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, they were turning face or whatnot, but they were bona fide heels, and you didn't want, you wanted, let me rephrase that. They turned Tyson Kidd and Cesaro face during that match, because that was a heel face turn with the New Day going heel and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro going face. So that puts them as the faces now. Lucha Dragons at the heels. Lucha Dragons the faces. They're going to take the title off.
And then, and honestly, I understand the logic.
Yeah.
You temporarily put the belts on the New Day simply because the Usos were hurt. And I like what I see from them. I'm just glad that they got the two right wrestlers in the faction in the ring wrestling. And I agree with what you said.
Xavier Woods.
And I agree with what you said on last week's show. Xavier Woods really should perhaps consider not wrestling and be the spokesperson, be the manager, be the side piece the way Natalya is to Kidd and Cesaro, because I actually think he gets more heat that way. Once he gets in the ring, I'm ready to go.
He sucks. Oh, turn the channel. This dude sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good old Consequences Creed.
Yeah.
But that's why I said, if you sit there and think about it, it's just like I put it on the Wrestle Heads page a couple of weeks ago, where Vince is like he likes the Lucha Dragons because you look at them, they're over. They've been over since NXT, and then that has translated to the main roster. And them kids are so fucking over. They're gonna sell masks. They're gonna sell T-shirts. I think he's seeing that whole he was worried about Rey Mysterio, the little Latin factor. I think he found it in them. You know, you could see the dollar sign, the masks, the T-shirts, the little. They're gonna figure out some of that lucha shit, and that shit's gonna be fucking rolling. That's why they're gonna fucking put them belts on.
And speaking of NXT, you know, one of the recent stars called up from NXT, Neville. They brought back the King of the Ring tournament. It started on Monday Night Raw, and it finished on Tuesday on a WWE Network exclusive special. You had to have only watched it on the WWE Network
for $9.99.
For now, we have news about that later on
in the show. Yeah, I know. Better get it while you can.
The King of the Ring tournament, I had no problem with the participants. I had no problem with the matches. I was very impressed with Neville. I was very impressed with him exceeding all the way to the finals against Bad News Barrett. And, you know, basically, Bad News Barrett ended up winning. Boom! But, you know, it didn't make Neville look any less of a good competitor. His rise is still very apparent. And it was the right idea to put it on Wade Barrett because Wade Barrett's the veteran. And, you know, it looks like he may be getting pushed in the future for something maybe bigger if he can stay healthy. I always have a problem with Wade Barrett being healthy and stuff like that when you want to put him on a path to maybe go to something bigger.
Well, you know, you can't be too unsatisfied with the match. Like, everybody should be satisfied with the match, and even in Neville's performance, because yes, he lost the match, but he called a bullhammer out of nowhere. And hats off to Wade Barrett and Neville, giving us 2 exciting matches, less than a week. Book that. Fact. Those guys tore down not only at the pre-show of the Extreme Rules, but they tore down in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament too. And that match, in my mind, was actually better than the one on the pre-show.
That was very true. That goddamn match, it had the drama, it had everything. And it's just like I was saying last week, that Barry needs to be pushed. This is the fucking way that you can start pushing Barry. The kid has the fucking goods. He always had it. And what you talk about with the injury history, if you notice, them 2 major injuries was freak fucking injuries. That fucking one, the dude got thrown out and he caught him the wrong way. And then the whole fucking, good old fucking Bad News Jack Swagger, who always fucking with somebody. That's just some freakish shit that just fucking happened. The kid got the fucking goods. He showed it. That goddamn match was fucking great. Other than we had another match of the fucking week, that probably would have been match of the fucking week between Barrett and goddamn fucking Neville.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this, you know, freak accidents or not, still injury history, and I still don't trust them. That's just me, and that's going to be my opinion about it. However, he looked good with the king cape on. He looked good with the scepter. He looked like you get that nostalgic, you know, English.
He's worthy of having a fucking shit.
Ruling,
that's what it
Iron
is.
Fist making fun of the king.
It don't look awkward.
Jerry Lawler's bum ass next to him.
Yeah, that was easy. It don't look awkward like when Sheamus won. Yeah. That shit is awkward. Looking awkward as fuck. And what they need to do with this King of the Ring shit, hey, I like the WWE network, but instead of just having, what's that, 3 matches? Yeah. Instead of 3 matches, make it the whole night. Yeah. Give it 2 hours. You give it 2 hours and you put the 8 participants on there, and bam, you use that shit to catapult them into something else. And you can do that shit every fucking year. Because Barrett became the 20th, if I'm correct, the 20th King of the fucking Ring.
They could have did it on Raw. They got 3 hours to burn instead of all that damn talking.
No, you make this bigger like the King of the Ring used to be. I mean,
as a pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, but you do it as a pay-per-view on the WWE network. You have your own network. This is the reason why you have a fucking network. So you can do shit like this. Because if you look at last week, it was a big week for them on that damn network. You had that fucking King of the Ring. You had that Mick Foley comedy special, which I didn't get to see. And then you had the fucking Stephanie fucking Jericho interview, which was run-of-the-mill. She was spouting out bullshit that nobody fucking believes because she was full of shit. But it was a big week for the network. They had all these fucking things going on. And then they showed the fucking Mayweather versus Big Show match from WrestleMania. I mean, and Mayweather, you gotta give him credit for that shit. For being in a whole different element. he stepped up in that match.
Yeah.
It felt main event, and the Big Show, he did the job. But getting back to
it was a decent $21 million he made off of that match.
Yeah. Was it that much?
Yeah, he made $21 million off of that.
God damn.
And then what was I gonna say? And surprisingly, one more King of the Ring note. I'm surprised Neville went clean over Sheamus. Well, it wasn't clean because you had Dolph Ziggler come out and run a little.
But he went over.
But he pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus didn't try to kick out like Hogan at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah,
or
just
nothing like that.
Look good,
yeah, like
but
he took the fall.
You see in that match, that King of the Ring match, Sheamus got busted open the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh, his whole eye was just dripping. Couldn't happen to a better fella.
But I mean, all the participants in the King of the Ring this year, I felt like they all did very good in their matches.
Even R-Truth.
Yeah, even R-Truth.
Keep cashing those checks, R-Truth.
Yeah.
He like 43, 44.
Cashing those checks.
He has he got a low grade in this PWI issue.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what? Honestly, ever since they kind of put him in the Intercontinental picture a little bit, R-Truth he's been stepping up, dude. I mean, I can't sit here and just ignore the fact that
he was looking for
yeah, exactly. It's like you really want to get that dancing jigaboo shit out of your mind because this guy really could wrestle. You know what I mean?
God.
And he's really they finally are like letting him at least be
probably his last push.
Right, but I'm just saying they're finally letting him be a decent
He's 40
mid-carder.
plus.
That's what I'm saying. This
He
is
ain't
his
getting
last
his ass kicked night in night out the way they do Mark Henry.
looking for a little Jimmy.
Yeah, you know. So with that being said, other footnotes from Monday Night Raw that perhaps you could take from it. Man, we still have to sit through this Seth Rollins and Kane and Authority Love Triangle and everything like that. And you just get tired of that shit, But they did insert Roman Reigns this time, and Roman Reigns is starting to get the fans back on his side, not booing him so much. And somehow Randy Orton is still in the fucking match.
Well, this is going to move him out. This
Hopefully.
match right here, no, it will. This match right here, and you can book this. This is going to move him out. Why? Because when you move out Orton, now you get him out of the picture. Now you got Rollins and Reigns. And then you get Orton out the picture. This is May. So then you got June, July, and then you know what August is. So you got to get Orton out the picture right now. You let them battle. And then SummerSlam or before, because Brock is supposed to be back at SummerSlam, so Reigns should take the title at Money in the Bank. I feel you put Rollins over in these next two pay-per-views. You put him over in May. You put him over in June. You let Reigns take the title from him in July. And then that sets up for Brock Reigns too, and we would like to see that again. Or you can add Seth Rollins in there and make it a true three-way all the way around, not nobody coming and running out, which I still enjoyed that. But for the ones that didn't, it will be a true three-way straight off the top, and you'll still have an outstanding match.
I mean, to be honest, I'm sorry. Seth Rollins got to avoid Brock Lesnar at every turn. He can't handle that shit.
Well, he did. Didn't he? Already was in the three-way.
He damn near died that match. If you remember that shit.
But he still put on a good match. No, wait a minute.
If you look how that shit. Hold on. If you look how that shit was framed, Cena took the brunt of that shit, and then they did that fucking big spot on the fucking tables, and they took Brock out. And then it was just Cena and fucking Rollins working. And when Brock came back in there, he took Rollins to Suplex City and damn near on his fucking neck.
But then Rollins, after that happened, he was able to regroup himself, get off the top of the ropes, and come flying off and giving Brock Lesnar that big knee. You know what I mean? He took Brock Lesnar's punches just like Roman Reigns took Brock Lesnar's punches.
The one thing I would like to say,
he didn't take.
I think you were going a little too far.
You got to look at this one. Roman Reigns. In the match with Brock Lesnar was rope for him to get beat the hell down. It wasn't rope for Seth Rollins to get beat the hell down against him, Cena, and Brock. It was a great match. It was a good match with Rollins in there and taking Brock Lesnar's suplexes, just like Reigns took his suplexes. Reigns took more. Don't get me wrong. He took more.
He took a hell of a lot.
Yeah, but he took more. But look, Rollins still took those same damn suplexes that he took. He didn't get slapped in the face like a bitch, but he took the same damn suplexes that he took. You know what I mean?
Now you can honestly say, without a shadow of a doubt, you put him one-on-one versus goddamn Brock Lesnar, he could take that punishment like that.
I think he'll be all right. You wouldn't put him in a match like that against Brock Lesnar. Straight up. You won't put him in a match like that.
Okay, then how you gonna sell that shit? What, you gonna have fucking Rollins beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar?
Here's a match like that.
Here's my question.
Reigns was in a match like that because you had to have a knockout drag out. Because ain't nobody that's going to be the blind leading the blind. They're not going to go hole for hole. Ain't nobody going to be able to do that.
Here's my thing, Amor. I like your logic and I like the vision. But I would not like to see Roman Reigns win the belt and just have it for 1 month before Brock Lesnar comes back. If we're going to proceed, going to proceed with the plan, I think you honestly have to consider maybe giving the belt to Reigns in June.
No, but
I would like to see him have at least 2 months because Brock Lesnar should take the belt back when he comes back.
That's not going to happen.
But he should.
That's not going to happen.
That's what you shouldn't have happen.
The Samoan badass should beat Brock Lesnar.
You put Reigns over on Rollins in July. You put him over on Brock Lesnar in August. You let him hold the title and go back wherever you're going to put in there with him, all the way up. You can put Wyatt or whatever, up until around about December. When it get about December, I'm just using the name. When it gets about December or whatnot time, you got to be moving Rusev into that spot at the Royal Rumble. And then you have Rusev take the title off him at the Royal Rumble. Now, like I said, I've been saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it because it looks like it may just happen that way. You put 3 titles on 3 new champions in a WrestleMania calendar year. You make 3 new stars in a WrestleMania calendar year. That's best for business. And I'm telling you, you don't put the title back on Brock Lesnar. You let these young kids, you let them go with it. You got Rollins, he's had the title for a while. You let Reigns get the title for a while, then you give it to Rusev. You create 3 stars. That's the best way to do it. That is the best way to do it.
I think if you're going to put Rusev over, that's got to be at WrestleMania.
No, you can put Rusev over at the Royal Rumble and still put him over at WrestleMania. But you take the title off him at the Royal Rumble because you have it. You let something build up until WrestleMania. Who are you going to put him in the ring at WrestleMania? We don't know that, though.
I honestly think that, they should be leaning towards a Roman Reigns versus Rusev for WrestleMania.
Well, okay.
That wouldn't be bad.
For the championship.
But see, the problem with the whole Rusev plan is they got him going to the shit house with Cena right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's right now.
I'm saying, and that's gonna fuck up his catapult going towards that way. So this what it's looking like right now. He done already lost 2 pay-per-views in a row, WrestleMania and Extreme Rules, and then how they got it, Cena ain't never quit ever.
But
you telling me
even if Rusev, see that's where, and I was telling you guys this on the last show. Even if Rusev wins, he lost 2-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it'd be 2-2.
2-2.
You
beat him at Fastlane.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, then maybe they're gonna go best of 5, like fucking.
No, I mean, my thing is like this.
That ain't gonna happen.
WWE does this all the time. They're gonna break him down before he wins that title. And maybe they're starting to break him down now. Remember what they did to Daniel Bryan? They went months of him getting his ass handed to him before he even won the title when he cashed in that Money in the Bank and took it from the Big Show.
But see, those are 2 different things.
But what I'm saying,
you gotta look at that shit. Daniel Bryan's a little fucking runt. They had to do that.
But look what they did to Rollins. Look what they did to Rollins before he cashed it in.
What the fuck they do to him? He lost some matches.
He kept on losing.
No, he lost some matches, but they did not destroy him.
Man, he kept
losing. It's a difference. Losing matches and getting destroyed.
He's losing to John
Cena. Like right now, let's be honest. Bray Wyatt is getting fucking destroyed right now.
Bray Wyatt is injured though.
He's up there with running back now.
But he was getting destroyed even before. He kept that whole Undertaker shit alive, and the fucking purpose you having the Undertaker.
I don't like that idea. I really don't like that idea.
With him Ryback?
And Ryback. Because that don't look good for him.
Yeah, but you gotta
because you know what's gonna happen.
But you gotta understand, Rusev's losing to John Cena. He's not losing to Fandango. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
He was on this catapult badass route. And then now you got him losing the Cena at WrestleMania easy. You got him losing the fucking Cena easy. And then you gonna have this nigga say I quit? You gonna take the last thing he didn't do?
No, he's not gonna say I quit.
What?
You know what's gonna happen? Lana's gonna throw in the towel. And that's gonna be the end of that. You know what I mean?
I gotta tell you, that makes a lot of
sense. And you might be right about that because they talking about pushing Lana.
Yeah,
right now.
They're gonna. That's how they're gonna take her off Rusev. He's gonna get rid of her. She's gonna throw in the towel.
She got the goods.
Yeah, she's gonna throw in the towel against him and John Cena, and that's gonna be the I Quit match.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like Bob Backlund's manager did back in the day with the Iron Sheik, put him in a good old camel clutch.
Was that Skolin?
Yeah, Skolin. Yeah.
But you know what kind of worries me about that though? I don't think Rusev is the kind of superstar that can work alone.
You don't think so?
He would have.
Well, we're gonna find out.
He would have to get somebody else.
We're gonna find out.
And Vince McMahon, he's so hell bent. The sad thing, I'm scared for them because they together in real life. Vince, he gonna want a piece of that ass, and he gonna want it. Yeah, if he ain't got one already.
Nah, he ain't got
I'm for real.
But I know. I feel you.
When he gets
a gigolo.
When he gets enamored, you can tell the ones he got enamored with.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Trish Stratus. Fucking what's that? Tori.
Fucking
Sable.
Yep.
The ones he get like, oh my god, and they all be damn near blondes, pretty much.
Well,
he got a fucking thing for fucking blondes.
But he's nut bucking.
Oh yeah, fucking Candice Michelle too.
Oh man, you know he shot up in that.
Candice Michelle was
right
at her time. She was
great. She's still good now. You see her.
I've been trying to get on Brooke Tessmacher when she was there.
See,
extreme.
She had a fat ass.
Straight up.
Let her slide through. You remember her and goddamn fucking Layla. And then they had Kelly too. Extreme. And I know he won the piece, but I think Tess beat him to it.
Yeah, Tess did beat him to that.
Put her to the test.
Yeah, and he put Stephanie McMahon to the test.
Yeah, they don't talk about that. She said in that interview, they asked her, "Hey, that was the only wrestler you ever dated was Triple H?" Yeah, you a goddamn lie. Because the Macho Man took your goddamn virginity.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
He said it. He said it.
All
been thinking about it.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm thinking about it. When he said it.
Because you know why? I was sitting back thinking.
Hold on. You're getting just a little controversial with the McMahons and the performers they're fucking.
Hey,
we gotta move on.
They're whores.
Hey, let's move on.
We gotta move on.
It's the reason why the Ultimate Warrior wanted Linda. He had to give it to Linda back in the day.
Linda's like Hillary Clinton. Nobody wants that.
No, that's why. Why you think the Ultimate Warrior? They had a special connection. That's why. You think about it. Linda left wrestling.
Oh God.
Linda left wrestling, and she came back to do that for the Ultimate Warrior.
God, that's nasty.
Let me just tell you this.
That nigga was putting it over her head and doing the Ultimate Warrior dick press right up in her.
Oh man.
Okay.
Vampire.
Yeah. Nobody want to talk about that.
Okay, so before this whole
Dirty ass man.
Before
takes the Triple X route.
Before this whole voyage started on people sleeping with each other,
Of course.
we were just getting on, basically the Raw, SmackDown, the WWE notes for the week, and
we didn't even talk about SmackDown.
Well,
SmackDown was pretty much
Raw
the same
basically
thing.
the same
thing. The only
week.
thing, the difference is between SmackDown and Raw, that Dean Ambrose went one-on-one with Seth Rollins, and it was a damn good match.
It was a great match.
Good match.
It most certainly was, and it looks like it's gonna be Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus again.
This time, Sheamus probably go clean, and Dolph beats the shit out.
Now the question is, and this is something we perhaps need to look up and find out. We need to find out when's the return date for Bray Wyatt, because I mean they got Bo Dallas wrestling Ryback and everything like that, and we all know they're brothers, but they're not going to keep Ryback at bay very long waiting for Bray Wyatt. And
Why?
I don't.
He sucks, man. Ryback is garbage.
He is, but look at how they're pushing him.
And the sad thing about it, nobody thought about this till CM Punk did his interview. Until CM, hold on.
Before that,
I'm talking about, we knew that shit, but I'm talking about worldwide, when people start seeing that.
When John Cena
I've been said that shit to you.
When John Cena had to waste his time on him.
Shit, CM Punk had to waste his time.
Yeah,
that was a waste of fucking time.
But he only did that because John Cena was hurt. That was that elbow shit. Or whatever it was.
And the sad thing about that shit, that motherfucker's a talentless fuck. I don't care what fucking goddamn Hallmark story you try to make up for that son of a bitch. He sucks.
Fake ass
he
strong
sucks.
guy.
He sucks. He don't work at his craft. He sucks. And it's sad. This is fucking really, it's outright fucking disgusting that fucking Bray Wyatt has to drop down to that son of a bitch's level and deal with that shit whenever the fuck he come back.
It's really sad to say, man, but Bray Wyatt.
How Bray Wyatt was up here?
Bray Wyatt's
and then they sent him right to the shit house.
Yeah, it's
and he didn't even do nothing to go to the shit house.
It's in real trouble right now.
You took his group from him.
Yeah.
And they look lost.
Luke Harper's still finding his way.
No, he found his way as a fucking jobber. Let's be honest. That was a nice little feud with him and Ambrose, but it's over. Let's be honest. Ambrose should have the Intercontinental title. It's time to strip Daniel Bryan.
Right, it should have stripped him at the pay-per-view.
It's time to strip him.
That's another good question. I wonder what they're going to do with that.
Now, see, you want to call somebody injury prone, that's what you need to be talking about. Because he didn't have injuries consecutively for the last couple of years.
But Barrett and him are both injury prone.
No, but Barrett didn't have time where he wasn't hurt. It was a year or some gap. Daniel Bryan didn't even had that. That motherfucker barely came back in January.
He came back too soon.
Yep.
We've been over that. He came back way too
He's fucked.
soon.
But it's sad the Wade, not the Wade Barrett, the goddamn Bray Wyatt situation. That shit sickened me and it's sad, man. Because it's like, what else this kid had to do? He single-handedly held a feud up with The Undertaker, and The Undertaker punk ass wasn't even there. And then The Undertaker come back in there, and Bray Wyatt with a bum fucking ankle still helped him out in that fucking match.
Still had to go.
I just remember that when Bray Wyatt was on top of his game, he had everyone in that arena lighting up when he came out.
We ain't talking about
and Chuck, if you think about it, technically, if you look at him, he didn't got better in the ring. Of course, that nigga's dynamite on the fucking mic. He's down on the fucking mic. He's a modern day Jake the Snake fucking Roberts.
He's gold on the mic.
And they send him to the shit house. And I'm like, what did he do to go to the shit house? But motherfuckers like Ryback, it's like fucking Punk said it. It's like motherfuckers like Ryback, he getting rewarded for no work. Niggas out there putting it on the fucking line. I mean, shit, let's move on to another subject because it's just fucking pissing me off.
Yeah, well, see the sustaining your voice, man, but we're really passionate about what we're talking about with this
Ryback's a fucking piece of
wrestling
shit.
thing.
I need to start I need to start a new fucking thing. Other than the kitchen bitch, it's like the piece of shit of the week.
Yes.
I swear, because that son of a bitch would have won it for a few fucking weeks. In a row.
With Kane and Big Show.
And let me tell you something.
I can't, no, I can't even let you do that. Kane's a goddamn legend. That nigga Ryback couldn't wipe Kane's ass.
I understand, but
if Kane went to the fucking rest home, he couldn't wipe his ass.
Still, Kane's a legend.
And Kane, damn it, he just turned 48, and Kane still worked better than him.
He just turned 48.
He still worked better than him. Fucking Big Show's like 44, still work better than Ryback. Ryback young as fuck.
Yeah, we all know Ryback's garbage, but those guys don't need to be in main event scene.
You know why I talk about him? Because they keep putting him in my fucking face.
Trying to stay current. You know what I mean? That's a piece of shit.
Every time I had to keep looking at that no talent son of a bitch.
Okay, on a lighter note.
Fuck Ryback. There it is.
Since we're talking about
I feel better.
Since we're talking about the evolution of certain superstars, I'm really starting to like the evolution of the WWE Diva Naomi. I think that it might, her time may be coming up.
Other than they shit canned her at the pay-per-view.
Well, they did that, but like as we've been alluding to, you know, it looks like the Bella's contracts are coming up, and they're probably not going to sign back. I got a feeling they'll be back. We're going to take some time off.
You know, they're going to go to Scottsdale.
Yeah. And to be honest, the way they're building Naomi, the way they're packaging her right now, I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it a lot. And I mean, we've already said that she could be the champion. But it looks like when she does get it, she may hold on to it for a little while.
See, you know what would be a good idea? They already have Tamina, who just came back from injury, escorting her. And I mean, hey, this is not, you might not like it, but I think you need to put Cameron with her. Her ex-fucking rolling partner with the Funkadactyl. Hey, sometimes...
I really always thought she was
we know she sucks. But it's been worse fucking broads in there that suck more than her.
Who?
I'll think of one in a minute. But
the
point
is, you're going to have to...
The point
she's bottom of the barrel.
Because Caitlyn was bad at the time. And
Caitlyn was horrible.
Thank you. And she was worse than her. And she was Divas champion. But she had big tits, so, hey, people overlook some things.
Cameron's whack, though.
What I'm saying, you're missing what I'm saying. Cameron's so over as a heel that people don't like her. Then you put her back with Naomi as a heel, and then you got Tamina. Is that you got a fucking crew? You made Naomi the fucking gym. She's the fucking head bitch in charge. Then you got Tamina is the motherfucking badass Samoan chick that fucking beats ass, and then you got Cameron, the little cheating bitch that help her out. It works. It works.
If you want
I mean, that's many months.
If you want that stable to be successful, you keep Cameron away from it.
No, because it can work.
I just saw Cameron on SmackDown go against freaking Nikki Bella. She looked fucking horrible.
Chuck, you missing.
Girl, bye.
You missing.
That shit is horrible.
You missing what I'm saying. Because if you don't do it this way, Naomi go turn back into a face. The fans gonna turn her back into a face. You need somebody that keep heat on her.
He's right.
That's why you do that. She'll bring the heat because people don't like her.
No, nobody likes her.
I don't like her either.
See, exactly.
I don't like the way she treats Vince. I don't like.
Man, Vince is one cool ass dude too.
I don't know.
Okay, you're crossing over shows.
No, but what I'm saying is like, you know,
Shaq's in the title.
She's been there long enough to not be that awful, and she's still god awful.
I mean,
she's been there too long for that.
You think about it, because the WWE got a plan They're gonna push these damn divas, and it's just like the Red Nation, aka the other chick from the Divas, the redhead one.
Yeah, she sucks too.
Nah, no more. I've been hearing the fucking reports. She been working with Brian Kendrick. He's showing her lucha libre style, some Japan style. They say
you said Red Nation.
Yeah, that's what she called it. The redhead from
Eva Marie.
Eva Marie. Thank you.
I'll never be sold.
No, hold
sucks,
on.
dude.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is, she's been Brian Kendrick's been working with her.
I'm sure Brian Kendrick has been working with her.
Not that time.
Hands on.
But they say
with the plan.
what I'm saying is, they've been saying that people been watching her style. If you look up on Facebook and shit, she got a video up. Her style has totally changed. It's like now she can go because she got somebody. It's not just like you know how they go down there with the divas and it's like you throw them all together and you tell them it's like the blonde leading the blonde, and then the special ones that they want to work with, they work with them. See, they took her out of that shit because she was a pretty face. You know, because remember she had if you remember the show started, she looked at like the Bellas, and the Bellas was like, nah, bitch, you gotta change your hair color because you look like us. And then she changed it to that red, and then she stuck out even more.
They wanted her to go blonde, and then she went crimson.
Yeah.
And she stuck out even more, even past them, and they like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
You went one step. But the point is, she's working on her shit. She's gonna be that next bitch that they want to push. And then this time, when she comes back this time, she's gonna actually know what the fuck to do and have the good. Reserve your judgment for when she comes back.
The one thing I'm gonna say is
she
better not look like dog shit when she comes back.
See.
She said she will get her. She will get a one-way ticket to Kitchen Bitch Town.
We will reserve. Yes, she will. We will reserve our judgment until she comes back. Because when I saw when she was doing this shit with Summer Rae, she looked god awful. Summer Rae was talking about her like you're not getting the moves, and she's horrible.
Yeah, I was
you know
gonna
what
say.
I mean?
And Summer Rae got some fucking nerve to open her dumbass mouth about fucking. You fucking suck too.
And see, Summer Rae, she fucked up. She could have been the next Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
She had the build, the lip, all that shit. I mean,
she doesn't have it.
And see, you think about it, you look at somebody like Michelle McCool. I mean, other than the Undertaker giving her one-on-one sessions, but she got it.
But Michelle McCool is legit.
No, and you think about it, she wasn't even a wrestler. She was on the Diva search. She came in with her twin sister. I wonder if the Undertaker taking them both to Hell's Gate.
but do you see now you look at Michelle McCool, now that's a prime example. She developed, she kept training, she got better. She ended up being one of the best divas I've seen wrestle. Like she's totally legit. Big woman psychology, she had all that shit down packed. And for us to say that she started here and finished way the hell up here, the fact that these women keep like what the fuck are they doing? Because they're not developing.
But see, you got to remember this too.
You know.
She had her road dog was Layla.
Yeah.
And they developed together, and then they eventually put them together on TV, which they developed into a legendary fucking crew.
They were
for
good.
Women.
They were great.
Cause they was what? Cool? Yeah,
Cool.
And they was rivaling the beautiful people at that time for TNA.
Yeah, but I don't think they was better than Pin Up Strong, Beth Phoenix, and Natalya Neidhart.
Oh well.
Well, see, they
knew how to wrestle though, bro.
Yeah, but see, they didn't give them enough time together.
They should have gave them enough time together.
And they were solid
They were
wrestlers.
legit.
But other than that, we moving on. Let's talk some Lucha Underground.
Yes. You know, Lucha Underground, another outstanding main event in Lucha Underground, and that is our ding, 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 ding.
Match of the week.
Match of the week. With Prince Puma defending the Lucha Underground title against Drago. And it was Drago's career on the line against Prince Puma's title. And I tell you what, I like the way they coveted that title in Lucha Underground. The way they TNA can learn something now. TNA can learn something from the production.
TNA can learn a lot.
Yes, they can learn a lot from the production. The way they do their I couldn't get it out.
Backstage.
The way they do their backstage interviews and sets.
But they treat Lucha Underground like a movie, man.
They do.
It has that.
But that's Robert Rodriguez up there.
Yeah, I mean that too. But you got to remember, you got the big dick dude that used to work for the WWE.
The dancer with all the oil and all that.
He's behind the scenes. Chavo's behind the scenes. It's like they got people that got actually.
Keep getting those checks, Chavo.
Hey, Chavo might be actually good at something.
Yeah.
Might be behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to give Lucha credit with this. They're getting stars, and I mean, you think about this episode didn't have no Morrison, didn't have no Del Rio.
No.
I mean, you put Hernandez up, which his match wasn't bad.
That Cage
was legit, dude. I
mean, you gotta give some fucking credit where credit's due.
Look,
they got a lot of shit cooking over there.
I'm telling you, These are two guys that came from the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
There we go.
No, these are two guys that came from the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood circle. That is Ryan Cage and the Big Bad Gravy Daddy Sean Ricker over in TNA. Oh, they were natural selection hey, they were a good tag team. I'm telling you, these dudes are finally on somewhat, well, Cage and him are somewhat on the main scene now. People are getting to see what they got.
I want to see more of Cage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I didn't get a chance to.
With your gravy boat dude, I don't see him as his ass on TNA, so I just see him run in.
He hasn't. Man, I'm telling you, they haven't given him a one-on-one contest yet, but it might be coming next week. I mean, Sean Ricker's just as good as Cage. I mean, if you were impressed with Cage, you'll be impressed with Sean Ricker. I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna take your word. And I'm gonna take your word for that.
I'm just saying, those guys are good, man.
But yeah, Cage handled his own, down there in Lucha Underground. Yeah, they had some pretty good matches. It was a pretty decent show.
What's that? That Phoenix and Kill shot?
Yeah.
Because that started off.
Yeah, that
was pretty goddamn good shit.
They're surgical and they're very good with their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know how to pinpoint those kicks, and they make them look really convincing.
Mm-hmm. And you think about it, the authority figure, the one that
El Jefe,
he's a good fucking villain.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and he plays it off so goddamn good, so natural. I don't know if this dude got experience in the business, but he might be a fucking actor. He's a goddamn good one.
I think he is.
I mean, shit. You think about it. That shit comes off great. He's
smooth.
He got the whole boss fucking thing.
Yeah.
And the whole fucking production. The only thing I got about one slight is that shit should be in HD. Yeah. I think it would have a better aesthetic fucking look if it was in HD. But other than that, I bypassed that shit. The fucking action was goddamn great. Yeah. I mean, this guy right here been saying it. He's been fucking pushing them. Yeah. And I mean, I've been keeping my eye on him, but it was like this week it stood out, and I'm like, it's a great week when you don't have your fucking thoroughbreds on there. I mean, I could have missed with the whole Texano, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Texano.
You could have sent him back to the fucking Mexico. But the fucking point, what I'm trying to say, other than that part, that goddamn show, TNA, you can learn a lot. They got more done in 1 fucking hour than y'all do in 2.
Famous B, keep getting those checks on me.
And
getting those checks.
And you know what?
Knockoff.
And not only that, but like, when they showed that backstage segment where I'm gonna just call him the commissioner, when he was talking to Prince Puma about his championship.
That's Jefe.
And I look at how Prince Puma was holding his belt, looking at his belt like really proud to be the Lucha Underground champion. I mean, just that alone put so much importance on the belt, and he did virtually nothing. And then for him to go right next to him and talk to Hernandez's bum ass, I'm not high on him at all.
Not high on Hernandez.
Yeah, but just to make that little deal right behind his back like that.
It wasn't behind his back because he was listening. He was listening, and then you see him walk out the door. He looked back
at him. Yeah. It's all the segments are. It's boom, boom, boom.
It's precise.
I'm telling you, it's precise. Lucha Underground's got something going, and they keep getting more stars. You saw the Mac, a.k.a. Willie Mac, for those that don't know. He's named himself the Mac, like out of the 1970 whatever joint, the Mac, or whatever.
Max Julian.
Yeah, but Willie Mac is there. I mean, there's a lot. They got Davari there. I mean, Sean Davari's there. Yeah. I'm telling you, Lucha Underground, man.
You gotta start
watch out,
that show.
TNA, and please, check it out on the El Rey Network. If you have Time Warner, I know for a fact it's on channel 145, El Rey. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It comes on 5 o'clock Pacific. It comes on again at 6 o'clock and again at 8 o'clock. I'm telling you. Catch it. It's Lucha Underground.
And the fact that they have a trio tag team belts.
Yeah.
Like a 6-person team.
Good old Freebird rules.
Yeah.
That's legit, dude. It's creative. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So as we segue, let's get into some total non-stop action Impact Wrestling.
Well, TNA, they had their show, Hardcore Justice, and there were a couple positives that came out of the show. Like Kenny King brought the X Division title back down to the Beatdown Clan.
And that's an ugly ass, fucking fake ass knockoff Intercontinental old title.
But you know what? More importantly, Kenny King won a championship.
Yes, I finally gave it to him.
Yeah,
for real.
the King of the Night. Yeah.
He's probably next week he'll be right off.
I've always been big on Kenny King. I felt like he had the talent, the charisma, and everything. And I didn't like how they really made him look stupid when he got with MVP's crew. Mm-hmm. To me, he kind of turned into like another dancing jigaboo, and I didn't like that shit because I know how good he was. No, he wasn't dancing
jigaboo. He was the loudmouth. Jigaboo.
But I mean, he was dancing too when
going and then get popped in his mouth.
Yeah, and he's much better. He's much better than R-Truth. Yeah.
They brought him back with a push. Yeah. It's King of the Night shit, and then they send him right to the shit house.
Yeah, he's much better than what they give him credit for. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was happy to see that he was X Division champion. The tag team match that they had, I mean, there were some sloppy spots, but all in all, it was a decent match too. And
I'm glad we saw McIntyre in the ring. Yeah. You know what I mean, and with the the pipe on the pole. But here's my problem. Here's my problem.
Fell off the pole.
It's a pipe on the pole match. But when they went to go get the pipe on the pipe fell off the pole, and then they never used the pipe in the match. But it was a pipe on the pole match, so they never used the pipe in the match.
It should have been a chairs match, because they used more chairs
than pipes.
The object of the match was to
they probably was in the locker room
pole
with their significant others piping it out, but they didn't use that pipe on the pole.
The object of the match was to fight and compete to get to the top of the pole to get the pipe to use it on your opponent. The fucking pipe fell off the goddamn pole. They up there wrestling like the fucking pipe is still up there.
Oh,
and then McIntyre gets a hold of the pipe and we're going, okay, well he's gonna use it now, and he didn't fucking use it.
It was a swing and miss and kick out.
Man,
next thing you know,
you talking about
future shock on the chair, wrap him up and it's over.
A poorly booked match, man.
Poorly booked.
But with all that to the side, they had an okay main event. I mean, I'm not big on Eric Young, and I'm not big on.
I kind of like the new little.
I like his look.
The new little look. He went got him a tat. Yeah. I mean, I know he old as shit to be starting to get tats, but he went and got him one, and he got the little beard. Well, he been having the fucking beard. He got the little fucking jacket, and it's like his voice is still annoying, but he came off more as a heel. I felt him as a heel.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I said, this ain't bad. I'm like, he made me forget that he was Eric Young for half a second. And the whole fucking stretcher match thing, last time I checked, it was a stretcher match. You're supposed to connect him to the stretcher and then roll him up. And it's supposed to be a nicely taped line right there and roll him over. But this one, I guess, nobody felt like pushing shit. So they just, hey, connect up.
It wasn't in their contract.
And not only that, but Kurt Angle, he didn't look good, man. He's just starting to show his age a little bit.
I don't know why, because he don't wrestle.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He didn't look that
nigga, he took a year off almost last year. Yeah. I mean, Sting worked way more than he did last year.
Well,
Sting left TNA pretty damn early.
Whatever the case may be, I mean, they got Al Snow on the table with Josh.
God, that is horrible.
And
I feel sorry.
Everything was a fucking, wasn't it a crescent kick?
Yes.
Or whatever?
No, roundhouse kick.
Yeah, my fault.
It's everything was roundhouse.
How the hell is that a roundhouse
kick
when he just swung and kicked his foot on it?
Yeah.
Roundhouse. It's like, come on, Al. You know this shit, man.
You was a trainer.
Like,
you're a fucking trainer.
You trained the fucking guy sitting next to you on the table. It's like, come on, man. If you don't want to fucking do the job, then tell him to get somebody else.
Get D-Lo. I know he's looking for a check.
Hey, D-Lo, keep cashing those checks, man.
Yeah,
for real.
Whenever he can get enough to cash.
Oh, so not in TNA.
No, D-Lo need to be sending checks to draws.
And then they got
and fucked up that dude's life.
And then they had that. They started that storyline with James Storm and Magnus.
Man, that was bullshit.
With the real life angle, him rolling up at the goddamn grocery store.
Hey, nigga.
And then him talking about you need to go ask your wife. You don't know about this and that. So I'm just wondering how far is TNA gonna go with that?
Yeah.
They had AJ Styles cheating on his wife in a hotel room.
Yeah. So I mean,
with that chick. Yeah, that was a horrible story.
Yeah, that was a horrible storyline. Bring out Dixie Carter in wrestling.
Who knows with that one? And then you had a segment with Anderson and EC3. Now, unfortunately, EC3 has to waste his time with Anderson. Instead of, why is that man not your champion?
Really?
Why is he not even considered? Why is Eric Young over him?
Hey, it's like I said before, I think EC3 is going to get the belt.
That guy,
It's just a matter of time. See, and that's one of the ones WWE let walk out the door.
Yeah, but if he can't pass the performance test, then I can understand why he's in TNA. But from what I've seen from the first day he walked in the door till now, he should have the belt, man.
He's still undefeated. They let him have that.
It's bullshit Goldberg record. But anyway,
he should have the belt though. But nonetheless, that was what I drew from TNA. That was what we drew from TNA this week. You know, hey, keep hope alive. You know,
TNA.
The bottom line
keep
is,
getting those checks or keep bouncing those checks. You're gonna be out of business.
The bottom line, TNA, is that you got to understand something. This Lucha Underground thing for 1 hour was way more spectacular than your show, and that was supposed to be one of your so-called pay-per-view shows. And Lucha Underground outstaged you in every facet of the business. That is just I don't know what else to tell you because I'm done. We can't talk about what you need to do.
They ain't goddamn
at this
trouble.
point.
We don't have enough time to
They ain't goddamn trouble.
Yeah,
you gotta say this. You think about it. This was going on for TNA. They had to fight for that goddamn contract on Destination America. Granted, Destination America is putting a lot of TNA programming. Give them credit for that shit. But you think about it. Ring of Honor go creep to a contract. And if they get that Spike contract, TNA's fucked. You got fucking Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore getting a contract with the Fight Network. They got that shit. Then you got Jeff Jarrett creeping around. Now fucking Global Force Wrestling starting to pick up a little steam now. He got a show in fucking June coming up in Vegas.
ROH.
Where they fucking started. And Jeff Jarrett, he gonna get a TV contract. Because he knows the right people. And I mean, other than TNA, on another TNA note, real quick before I almost forgot this shit, where they get the dude from the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corrigan, to be in a creative and shit. I'm like, okay, I get it here. He's a Chicagoan, but I'm like, okay, you getting an outsider for wrestling, be creative. I mean, I know the WWE pulled that shit with goddamn Freddie Prinze Jr. some years back, but I knew he was a wrestling fan, and he actually had time. Like this dude been a rocker, all his goddamn life.
Well, they had Wayne from the Wonder Years back there writing for him. So I mean,
he wasn't writing for him. He was. You remember TNA when they was bringing them live action type of shit, that was their idea, and that was Bischoff's idea.
Well, hey,
and another thing, what you forgot is, we're gonna speak about that later, so I'm not gonna touch on it right now. I was gonna say you said you was speaking of Global Force and Lucha and all them.
I'm beginning that. That was as I brought up Bischoff.
Big.
That could be a nice segue to in the news and notes.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. Before you do that, one more TNA note. The female group with Taryn Terrell.
Dollhouse. Yeah.
I like the curly hair.
They look good. They looked good in their video package. And when they came to the ring, it went to the shit house. I'm sorry. For my money, and this is WWE, Lucha Underground across the board, Awesome Kong to me is still the best female wrestler in the world. You can't keep pawning her off like you're doing. Now she's going to be Gail Kim's side bitch? I don't think so. But
it was the wars that her and Gail Kim had back when she first was in TNA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But now Gail Kim's got the Restaurant Impossible thing going.
Oh yeah, she's getting that European.
Yeah, so
she married.
Yeah,
married.
And Robert Irvine is cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't.
Slow.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I just feel like Awesome Kong should be the champion.
Yeah.
But that. We'll find out when that happens. You gonna bust out the news and notes now?
Okay, we got some rapid fire shit going on. First, speaking of Eric Bischoff, he's gonna be working with Jeff Jarrett in the Global Force Wrestling.
Wow, that's big.
We don't know what capacity, but he's gonna be working with.
Well,
him.
before we go, hold on, Amar. Before we go saying that's big, if I see his bum ass son on a fucking broadcast
or that Briscoe motherfucker.
Like, I'm sorry,
not the Briscoe from ROH, but that Briscoe that was in TNA. You
I don't even want to see Gary
Briscoe.
Bischoff as a fucking referee anymore. I don't want to see that son of a bitch ever again. So if they can fucking do me that favor, then I'll be okay with it.
Well, let me say this. The Briscoes from ROH, you guys are fine. Ain't nobody talking about you. I'm talking about that goddamn son of a bitch Briscoe that they had in TNA. Couldn't hold the Briscoe jock. Piece of shit.
Biologically related to
to the Briscoes. He was a piece of shit.
And the fake
you know what I mean? And the fake Briscoes brothers from ROH are two good wrestlers.
But they real brothers.
Yeah, but this Briscoe is a piece of shit. Straight up.
Okay, other news and notes. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman probably going to return in July, and they're going to be coming for that title.
But they ain't going to win it.
Yeah, probably not. We already talked to Billy Corgan stuff. Let's see. What else? From what it looks like... Oh, yeah, the whole Booker T, Owen Hart controversy from Raw. Bruce Hart was making a big-ass fucking stink about it. You know, that's the fucking bum heart of all the fucking hearts.
That's the one that wears the shades all the time, right?
Yeah, because he high off coke or something.
Yeah, because, I mean, he got to bring up something because he wasn't shit as a fucking wrestler.
Shit.
His goddamn fucking highlight was being a part of that fucking King of the Ring match. Or no, that Survivor Series match some years back when it was the fucking Hearts in there.
But
yeah, you can tell Booker T, it was a slip of the fucking tongue. What the fuck he said. I mean, it's kind of true because
he shouldn't have said it on, but he shouldn't have said it on live.
He didn't defy gravity. A lot of people don't defy gravity.
But he shouldn't have said it on live.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about JBL fucking walking into that shit.
Yeah, but see, everybody can take that so many different ways. Because the fact is, when Owen Hart was in the WWE, he really wasn't that much of a high flyer. He had a lot of high flying capabilities, but he didn't really utilize them that much in the WWE. So Booker T was simply saying it from that standpoint because we know he wasn't saying it from the death standpoint. But I like how they will twist up what Booker T says and anything else. Now I hope he just does that for everyone else and not just Booker T.
Booker T's a wanted man because him and Taz signed with the CBS Sports Radio to do a podcast. So that's good. Congrats to
that's gonna be interesting.
Congrats to Taz and Booker T.
That's gonna be interesting.
And then you got some more TNA shit where goddamn Hector Guerrero left TNA because they pretty much don't do more Spanish broadcasting. I think he needs to head his ass. He's
going to Lucha Underground.
He's a fucking teacher. He's a teacher in Florida. That's what his main job is. So he should go down there with his little nephew and fucking go do some shit up. Oh yeah, congrats to Angelina Love and fucking David Richards. They got engaged this past week.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's that TNA love staying close. With that being said, oh yeah, the Jeff Hardy incident. Good old daredevil Jeff Hardy broke his fucking leg. Which past they just won a match on the past fucking
just
episode.
Won the titles.
Well, yeah, they haven't showed that yet. But the past fucking match,
they showed the titles.
They showed it.
Yes.
What was that last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
won the titles.
I didn't even see it.
They're gonna be giving them up in a minute.
And another thing I don't like about TNA, it's like now they're cutting into fucking matches. It's like you don't even show the interests from people. It's just a match on, and you like, what the fuck's going on? They're trying to hurry
up, and their timing's all fucked up.
Yeah.
But with that saying, Jeff Hardy, dumbass, fucking doing fucking high jumps and shit, and his fucking home in fucking North Kakalaka, and fucking broke his goddamn leg. So that's gonna affect some shit, and it's gonna look retarded that you know this dude got a broken leg and then he ain't fucking out there wrestling because they shit so fucking tape. Good job, Jeff Hardy. You ain't on fucking speed or nothing no more, but you just doing dumb shit now.
Well, let's just be realistic. I mean, TNA from a business standpoint, that's one less paycheck you're gonna have to pay for a minute.
Whoa, shit! One less paycheck you gotta bounce. They ain't been paying nobody.
And that's a huge paycheck. A Jeff Hardy paycheck?
Bouncing those checks. That's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I can't say keep getting those checks. Gotta say keep bouncing those checks. Or don't keep bouncing.
And I mean, this ain't no secret to us. I mean, when we saw the Hardy DVD, we know Jeff likes to do that fucking shit. Where
extreme shit?
Yeah, it's just...
Extreme,
it's
bro.
Just, it just so happens that it was an accident and he broke his leg or whatnot, but... it'll be alright.
It's stupidity. When you making as much money as he's making, you can't be doing shit like that. It's just like in the pros, I mean, everybody's not nice like the fucking Chicago Bulls when you have fucking Jay Williams. I don't know if people remember him, but Jay Williams...
He's a college analyst now.
Yeah, he's a college analyst. But he came out of Duke. He was one of our fucking big draft picks. Yeah. That motherfucker got in a motorcycle accident. Was never the same. Couldn't play basketball again. People talk shit about the Chicago Bulls and shit like that. Like Dwayne Wade, bitch ass. But nobody fucking talk about the shit that fucking Mr. Reinsdorf, the owner of the Bulls and the White Sox, paid his fucking contract in full. He didn't say, hey, you fucked up, we're not going to pay you. He paid him in full. That's why, and I give Jay credit, he always speak up very highly of the fucking Bulls. Everybody don't fucking
do
that shit.
He sure does. He speaks up very highly by saying everybody on that team, basically at the time that he played for the Bulls, was high all the time. He did dime out and say that.
He dined out that part.
That's a dime.
But it was true. I mean, you sit there and think about it. The team was going to go out.
Jalen Rose, keep getting those checks.
Yeah, that fucking punk son of a bitch. But
let's see. What else you got on
other news and notes? Stone Cold did a podcast with Dixie Carter, which probably was fucking horrible.
Really?
She could talk about, That for me that tells me like, hey, him and WWE is not so fucking cool. You know, they be trying to downplay that shit. Cause you know, you had like I said before,
he really
you know,
truly is freelance.
Yeah. Cause you know, fucking Jericho is doing the podcast now, which they're fucking handpicked Jericho like a good bitch, like Jericho always been, and they fucking telling him what the fucking said or what's gonna go on. And that's sad that Jericho's supposed to be this fucking badass motherfucker. But, he turned into a handpicked Hulk.
But Stone Cold couldn't do a podcast on WWE Network with Dixie Carter as his guest. Just wasn't gonna happen. You know that.
Well, see, if the WWE was smart, you let him do what the fuck he want to do. You'll get the fucking ratings. That shit will get. That will put asses in the seats at home. Now, what else I got? Fucking Lana. She probably gonna go under her real name CJ Perry in a matter of time. She's gonna get that push. Vince is very into her.
Well, that's what I was saying by she might be the one throwing in the towel for Rusev. Rusev might not be saying I quit. He might just get the towel thrown in, and that's how you break him apart and you let her go be a face and let him do whatever you're gonna do.
That sounds good.
You know what I mean? Now, there's one new note that I would like to bring up. Please, if you're a fan of ROH, June 19th in New York City, the pay-per-view, ROH is taking over Manhattan, and then on June 20th, they say the TV deal's coming on that day. So watch out, TNA.
I hope I can get that one.
So watch out, TNA. Really,
Watch
ROH
out,
is coming.
And speaking of another TNA, you know, TNA starting to straighten out people's pay because one of the people when they started straightening to go to Global Force Wrestling because they was having pay problems.
Who was that?
They didn't say. It said it was a
that
star.
That was a big star, right? Probably was Austin Aries. You know, he don't play that shit.
Shit, I don't fucking blame him. I'm like, I don't blame him. I'm like, shit, you want your money. Another note, fucking Jillian Hall got busted for a DUI. Ex-Divas champion. Then other notes, the WWE had a fucking stock call, or, you know, they was going over the statistics, and they was happy to announce that the WWE network has risen in profits, and they are up. And they got over 1.327 million subscribers, and that was just a judge by I think it was right after WrestleMania.
Wow.
Right after that happened, and that was the same people that they had on there, and it's been going consistently. So they're in the black. Mm-hmm. Don't let nobody fucking fool you. The network, you can say it's a success, and that's why they're going to start talking about rising the prices maybe for WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. The big three. I guess they ain't the big four no more because everybody forget about Survivor Series. But nonetheless, that's probably what's going to fucking happen. And let's see. Oh yeah, forgot. Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster. He was over in Australia because I guess they have an event and he's going to be, the 3 events, he's going to be the general manager for them. And in an interview, he said that, hey, Vince told him if he could pass a medical, then he can work. And I'm talking about work. WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas. Next year.
The Hulkster.
I say why. We don't need to see Hogan. There's no reason.
He might pinch his back and might not be able to get up.
There's no reason to see Hogan and then fucking going in another.
We don't need to see Hogan wrestle.
Him and Beefcake aren't friends.
Yeah, I was gonna go into that with the whole Beefcake situation because fucking Beefcake was slinging fake autographs.
Yes, fake autographs
of fucking Hogan, and Hogan like that ain't cool.
Trying to get those checks.
But let's be honest, we know why. Because Hulk Hogan wasn't getting a piece. That's why.
Piece of the action or piece of the ass?
Shit, I guess maybe not. Maybe not a piece. Shit, you remember Linda said he used to get a piece of beefcake in the back of the van.
Back of the van. She sure did.
And that's the goddamn horrible. And let's see, on another note, fucking Paul Heyman went on Twitter ripping Oscar De La Hoya a new ass.
New asshole.
Because he wanted to bring up about the fucking Mayweather fight. And he said, Paul Heyman just said, you just mad because you didn't get a piece of the action and you ain't never had a fight to do that. That's even the one when he went against Mayweather.
No, it wasn't as big as this one. But I was saying.
And the last news and note, which I know we probably all want to get a piece of this. Oh, yeah. ESPN personality Michelle Beadle says she's not a WWE fan no more because Triple H love for Floyd Money Mayweather, who won last night. So she won't have nothing to do with the WWE because, let's be honest, I think she mad because Floyd pulled her whole card and pulled her press credentials.
Yep.
Her and Rachel Nichols' press credentials fucking last night for the fucking fight.
My thing is, if you pop off your mouth about personal attacks at someone that you're, because ESPN's job is they're supposed to be reporting about the fight, not personal attacks. Everybody know about the domestic violence thing he got going, and he did his time for that. But they keep bringing it up, and Michelle Beatles was one of them. She will bring it up every time she got a chance to. So a guy like Mayweather is like this. And you're gonna want to come to my fight for free on an ESPN press pass, but you've been bringing up negative things about me every time you had a chance to. I mean, just for no reason at all. But no, if you want a ticket to the fight, pay for it. You work for ESPN, so what?
Let's just go ahead and bottom line. If Floyd would have lost last night, we wouldn't hear shit about this. Because you know why? Because they would have been reveling in fucking Floyd's fucking failure.
Well, my position on that is a very simple one, actually. She says she's not going to be a WWE fan anymore. Who fucking cares, bitch?
Really, who cares?
But she was a big fan.
I don't know.
And she was helping pushing the WrestleMania shit.
Well, I guess we're going to lose millions of dollars now because that bitch ain't no fan no more.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think so, okay? Take a fucking walk. Go fucking find another black man to pick on. I know your fucking game, hoe. I'm fucking tired of that shit.
And he said it.
I'm sick of that fucking bitch.
Oh, God.
And she tried to pull that shit with Stephen A. Smith, and now this shit with Floyd Mayweather. And I bet her broke ass didn't fucking buy no ticket either to watch him fight.
Of course, that's why she stayed at the house. She was trying to go for free.
Now here's my question: What did Rachel Nichols do to get hers pulled?
She was saying the same shit.
She probably was doing
the same shit.
They was on this kid.
I like Rachel Nichols.
They were on.
I mean, she's a nice looking redhead.
Yeah,
but you gotta remember, they on this kick to keep talking about this man.
About domestic violence.
He went to jail. And if you notice most people, but I'm not even gonna get into that because spoiler alert, people talking about Floyd. That's my kitchen bitch. That's my kitchen bitch. So, hey, I say let's fuck this shit. Let's dive into fucking KB.
Go kitchen
right now. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You first.
Oh well, my kitchen bitch is gonna be the same one as yours, and I just said it.
Let's keep this whole train going.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. Last night, Floyd Mayweather did exactly what I said he was going to do. He was going to outbox him, he was going to outclass him, and he did that. But you know what? I don't like today when and this ain't pro wrestling, folks. I'm sorry, but I
was gonna say
we're off topic.
Yeah, this is. I think all three of us ain't gonna be talking about pro wrestling, but we could because fucking Floyd been in the WWE ring.
Was in the ring.
He is.
And at WrestleMania, so we can say it's WrestleMania.
He is endorsed by the WWE, but
good job.
I don't like how this shit comes out now today. Pacquiao talking about, oh yeah, I got a torn shoulder, and that's probably why I lost. No, motherfucker, you lost because you was in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. That's why you lost. And as you pointed out earlier, and I'm not gonna steal your steam on that, but when you bring up the numbers and shit like that, I fucking totally agree. How can somebody sit up there and try to keep making excuses for this man? Just accept the fact he lost. It was a respect thing. But he lost. And I don't blame Floyd at all. If you're going to talk about me like a dog, you are going to pay to watch me fight. Mm-hmm. You are not going to get it for free.
Not for free.
So I give him all the utmost credit for that. You go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm about to say, hey, I guess we're all going to go on the same topic. My thing is this. Look, we're talking about boxing here. Boxing's AKA called the sweet science, not AKA slugging. It's called boxing, not slugging. So if you expected to see Floyd Mayweather sit there and slug it out with Manny Pacquiao, you was fooled by yourself. Because if you watch Floyd Mayweather, he's a defensive fighter. Means he uses the objective of boxing, and that's hit and not be hit, right? So you sit there and you complain, oh, well, Pacquiao, he was hitting him. He was throwing flurries on gloves and arms and throwing those wild, how he likes to create unbelievable, directions on how he punches. Yeah. He was swinging wild and out of control. He couldn't hit him. That's the thing. The thing is this: 148 to 81. For those of you that don't know math, 148 punches landed is greater than 81 punches land. That's why he won the fight.
It is?
I was finding that out today because everybody else, they don't, that doesn't matter.
I think motherfuckers don't know arithmetic.
I don't think so. Because half these stupid stupid motherfuckers, I say it.
They don't know arithmetic, they know arithmetic.
Yeah, no. And then this is like, it's like this, and this is the bottom line of it. Okay, a lot of you say, oh, it was a boring fight, it was this, it was that. But you know what I took away from the fight? Because I got exactly what I knew that was going to happen. Floyd was going to be defensive. Floyd's defense is 10 times better than Manny's offense. You thought Manny was that nigga, and it turns out he wasn't at all, because he ain't that guy. I said this shit for years. He lost both fights in 04-05 to Juan Manuel Marquez. I seen this dude get knocked out by Diego Corrales, and then you guys try to pump him up like, oh yeah, he'll beat Mayweather, he'll do this, he'll do that, and he lost just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. Floyd Mayweather, in my mind, is not the greatest. I'm not going to say he's the greatest. But for those of you that got him out of the top 10, you got to go outside and shoot yourself. Because he's the best damn defensive fighter that you've ever seen in boxing, period. Period, period, go ring. And he's going to cap it off. After this, we ain't going to say nothing else. We're just going to leave out.
Look, I've been sitting back doing the Macho Man, thinking. You know what's the problem? It's not being talked about. But I'm going to talk about it. Because I don't run away from the word racism. This shit is so fucking full of fucking racism. It's sad. You got the Latino community fucking back in Mayweather. Why? You can hear people say, oh, he's not a boxer. Yes, he is a fucking boxer. Oh, he don't box. The motherfucker in there putting his life on the line. How the fuck you don't say that shit? He can get brain dead at any fucking time up in there. But because you don't like him, and then now the fucking, what's that shit's that K-Fab? What the fucking K-Fab shit is the fucking abuse. Most motherfuckers don't care about somebody getting their ass whooping their woman's ass, because most people turn the other way. Because it's in our DNA. Unless you seeing a woman getting her ass beat in front of you. Then you want to fucking play Captain America and stop it. But everybody coming on here.
Hold on. No. We are not endorsing spousal abuse.
No, we are not.
Ain't nobody endorsing that. What I'm saying is people in real life. We're talking real life shit. People turn the other way. I'm not endorsing turning the other way, but people do that.
It happens.
It happens that because everybody got that from the old saying, hey, I mind my own fucking business.
Mind your own, you live long.
You take care of your own backyard. Like, hey, I ain't beating my woman, so I ain't got to worry about that shit.
But abusers have no place in the world.
Hey, no woman should get her ass beat.
No.
You know? Hey, if I had a choice, everybody live in peace and fucking tranquility. You know? But with that being said, everybody's on this abuse kick. It's like you got nothing else to use against this dude. He haven't lost, and you pissed off because he haven't lost. Now come Manny Pacquiao, fucking goddamn the new fucking Jesus right now. When they sitting here like, oh, he does not have done no wrong. He hasn't done anything. He has a past. Yep. He's done shit too. But you praise him. But hey, people forget about women and bruisers. But hey, last time I remember, Sugar Ray Leonard used to beat the shit out of his wife, but but he's a favorite.
Yeah.
He's a favorite. Nobody talk about that.
That is true.
But hey, Floyd is the worst motherfucker on earth. He worse than Bin Laden. It's so much fucking hypocrisy in this shit. Because people are not talking about, they don't like him because he's black. They don't like him because he's flashy. They don't like him at the end of the day because he fucking wins and get it done. That's why you don't like him. Now, if it was a Latino fighter, oh, he got all this Latino heat and heart. Hey, I'm saying shit that people don't like, but that's life. I don't like hearing that shit, that fucking bullshit shit that everybody keep talking about the woman abuse. Talk about the boxing.
Exactly.
What was that Mark Jackson said today?
Mark Jackson said if you can't judge him on the boxing, then you're not qualified to judge him at all.
Now, with that being said, people ain't gonna like this. But hey, this is my opinion, just like everybody else have an opinion about him being a woman beater. And yes, he's a woman beater. It's no doubt in that. He beats women.
And that's not right.
It's not condoned. I don't condone it. Hey, because I have a daughter, I have a mother, I have a sister. Hey, I understand that. What I'm saying is, people use that shit to get off objective. And then I can't wait, because tomorrow, First Take, and I don't even watch that shit no more like that. But I want to see Skip Bayless fucking make some fucking Mickey Mouse fucking, and they on the Mickey Mouse network being ESPN, some Mickey Mouse ass fucking excuse. about why you can't give props. Man, give the man his fucking respect. Pacquiao was your fucking hope, and he lost. And then you sit here talking about, oh, it wasn't an entertaining fight. Pacquiao threw everything he had at him.
Couldn't hit him.
He hit him a couple times.
But couldn't hit him.
He kept punching. What does that say if he fucking keep punching him? I don't understand. Where motherfucker kept... Well, he's supposed to... Floyd's supposed to do like this.
Hey, Pacquiao hit me.
Open, hit. Hey, knock the shit out of me. Hey, knock me out. Here, I got my hands open. My face is wide open. Here, hit me in the fucking chin. That shit sounded like some of the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. I don't know what is it with fucking people. Hey, if you don't like somebody because they have skin color, then fucking man the fuck up and say it. Or just don't say nothing at all. Now, I know it's Latinos out there that's not racist.
No.
It's people out there that's not.
No, there's everybody.
But a lot of people is using that shit to hide their racism.
Go check his fan page and see how much racism.
People need to realize this. Racism still lives. It has not gone nowhere. It has just went in the fucking shadows. Racist motherfuckers has just gotten smarter because they know they have to be around different races. The whites, the fucking blacks. And yeah, it's black racism too.
Yes, it sure is.
I'm not just saying that with other races. It's black people. Racism against other black people. And that's sad.
And other races against other races too, that which ain't right.
Yeah.
And this is not just coming from a guy that said I cheered for Floyd because he was black. No, because that was brought up a couple times with me either. And that's totally wrong. Because if you ask anybody around me, who was my favorite fighter growing up a kid? It was fucking Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, and I'll say this, and I'll say this emphatically to this day. And Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao both fought Oscar De La Hoya in his prime. I'm talking about from 95 to 97, they wouldn't beat him. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I was an Oscar fan growing up. I watched this dude do amazing things. But I watched Floyd do it too. But I'm an Oscar fan through and through. You know what I mean? So this is not just coming just because I'm black and I like Floyd Mayweather.
But see,
you know what I mean? I loved Oscar De La Hoya. I love Roberto Duran. But see, they're not black at all.
But see,
you know what I mean? I like fighters. I don't just judge them on their skin.
I can counter what you say right there. Because I didn't heard a lot of people from another race because they said Oscar ain't a Mexican. They don't like him.
And that's not right. Now, he shouldn't have been singing, but that's not right.
I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you can pick a lot of other things not to like Oscar for. That time he dressed up in drag. Yeah, you could have said that. Cool. But what I'm saying is,
he still
you don't like him because you don't feel like he a true Mexican? Because you feel like Julio Cesar Chavez?
Well, Chavez got it done too. Chavez was the best.
And last time I remember,
Chavez
De La Hoya beat Chavez?
Shit, but that was out of Chavez. Chavez was well out of his prime.
Chavez was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he was well out of his prime.
Yes, he was.
Chavez was the best. Chavez was the best body puncher I ever seen.
Let me tell you something.
The best.
And the next excuse they use for this Floyd shit, talking about, oh, you waited till Pacquiao was old.
They're both old.
He's 2 years older than him.
Yeah.
Floyd is 2 years older than him. What the fuck you come up with that bullshit? Like that, you sound stupid.
Yeah. Sure does.
Like, it come back to arithmetic again. Like, do motherfuckers gotta get you a fucking tablet? I mean, goddamn, you got fucking tablets like this. You got fucking phones that you can count. You get one nigga's age and you get another one, and you calculate that shit.
We gotta wrap it up.
So, wrapping this shit up, because I'm told we gotta wrap this shit up.
Getting the calls from the back.
We learned a long time.
At the end of the day, this is gonna be an extended episode. So that was my kitchen bitch. Hopefully we won't have to talk about this shit, but I got a feeling it's probably gonna come up again. Other than that, I want to throw out some thank yous to the fucking Wrestle Head page. Has been growed expeditiously in our eyes, if that's the correct way of saying it, to 2,114 likes. Thank you. And thank you for almost 1,000 views on the first episode for last week's episode, because we did a two-parter. So thank you for that, and I'm sorry for going long-winded on this, but it's I'm tired of hearing that trash, man. We've been sitting on
this all night.
I'm tired. I'm just tired, and it's like it needs to be said, and people don't talk about that. And on this show, like the little catchphrase, gonna give it to you fucking straight.
And real and raw.
And that's the bottom line. So we'll be back on this shit next week.
Tune in next week. We'll have another fantastic show for you.
Let's boxing related.
My chair is hurting my ass.
We out this damn bitch.
I gotta go to the bathroom, bro.